All right, folks, she's a little shy, so give her a hand when she comes out. This is the review of the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. Okay, we're going to start with the packaging. As you can see, here are the first three films packaging styles. The first one's really nice. Red, fades down to yellow with the tree line. So awesome. It's like a dusk looking type deal. The Lost World is very jungle-like. Looks awesome too. Got the warning. Logo. And Jurassic Park 3's was not really that inspiring. Got some random like brick type deals. Dinosaur logo, then the warning stripes just like this guy. Jurassic World kind of changes a little bit. We have dinosaur skin, like a reptile snake-like texture here. Logo dinosaur again. And this is supposed to be, I guess, the Indominus Rex's skin. So we got this like blood type deal going on, fades to blue. Just like this, red fades to yellow, looks great. All this packaging except Jurassic Park 3's looks great. Picture of the actual toy. We have multilingual features. I really don't like multilingual boxes, but it saves Hasbro money. Don't know what to tell you. It looks kind of crappy, but when you like look at this stuff in the store, like I said, my toy hunt documentary, it looks awesome. Like this box, I don't have the animal in here, but I'm still looking at the box in awe. It also cuts down on cost. This is like half a box compared to like these guys' boxes, which are full boxes. So it's a good thing. It's not really that great, I guess. It saves Hasbro money. It looks awesome, and you get your instructions in here. You pretty much you can try to shimmy out this plastic. They're all in tabs, or you can just open up the whole thing. It comes like apart just like a Transformer toy, also made by Hasbro. So that's where they get that stuff from. Yeah, there's the box. Let's talk about the animal, and then we'll get to comparing the animal to other animals, and we'll do a wrap up at the end in comparison and overview of everything. Let's just start off with the looks. She's beautiful, but she's ugly. She's like Detroit. A lot of people think that the slums is disgusting, and it is, but also some people find beauty in it. And she's just an ugly looking animal, but she's so beautiful. There's just something about her that just looks amazing. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this toy is my favorite toy of all time. I'll get to that later, and you're probably shocked right now. This guy originally was. This guy kind of was, but this guy's always been my dream, and I'm gonna get to a personal story about these two at the end of the video. So let's start off with this overall shame. She has like this white paint. It's like a blue tint. Do not be alarmed if she's got like this dirt stuff around her. That's part of her paint job. Screw holes in the back here. That's a con. It's kind of crappy. These guys do not have screw holes. Early comparison. Red Rex right here does not have any screw holes. Thrasher has no screw holes. Just an amazing looking figure. And she does. Kind of sucks. But at the same time, after a day, I only had her for 2 days. Screw holes, you kind of ignore them. It's not a big deal. Let's go with the legs. Legs are kind of loose. This is my second iRex. I took the first one back because I messed it up. I'll get to that story later. The legs are meant to be kind of loose, but these ones are a little bit tighter than my first iRex. Might as well just go with the balancing. You have to have her in a old school 1920 vertical up pose posture. If you have her like horizontal, she's gonna fall over. Here's the reason why. Her front half is heavy and her tail is not. Her center of gravity is like right around here, like left, front, center. So she's gonna fall left, right, center every time, like so. They could have easily combated this. They could have had, number one, the tail have weight. They could have had weight here, a little bit here, and a lot here. So they would have balanced things out a little bit more. Also, if you notice, if her center of gravity points like right here, then her tail should not be curved to the left. It should have been curved to the right. It's kind of stupid on Hasbro's part. The toes, also for balancing, they feel great. They're like a hard rubber, but these toes are flexible. That's not good for stability. If I show you the Thrasher, her leg, she's been broken for a while. Her leg comes off. This is all hard plastic. It's a very big, I mean, this foot looks the same size, if not bigger, on the IREX. But because this is hard and it's balanced properly, the Thrasher has no problems balancing and staying still, even with a broken leg. So the balancing sucks, and all of them are gonna be like that. It's a problem everywhere. Let's talk about just the overall feel. The body is plastic. This little thin part right here, if you can see this ridge, this is all this top part. This one little slice of scales on her back is rubber, hard rubber. Actually, you can see that. This is a very, very hard rubber, and it's like a softer rubber plastic. And this, like I said before, this is like a hard rubber, soft plastic, hard plastic, and then this is all soft rubber, foam. This is like the animatronic Spinosaurus. Could be a problem with it ripping, like the animatronic Spinosaurus had, but I think Hasbro figured it out, and this is a more harder foam, I think more rigid. My first IREX though, I noticed there's some foam, so like maybe one little stripe here was kind of splitting. This guy's fine, both sides. If you notice that one white kid with he's got, the promo, he's doing this. I'm gonna hold off on the roar for a second. He's got the IREX down, you can see like the foam cracking, like, oh no, are these guys gonna be like the animatronics Spinosaurus or worse? But overall, she's okay. Let's talk about the roar you use in the arms. The arms trigger the roar. Pull the arm down, jaw comes down, and it roars. Both arms trigger this. Real quick nitpick. On the pictures online, she looked like such an ugly toy. The stomach's been liposuction from electronics. I took her apart. This could have been just flattened and looked fine. You nitpick online, but when you have her in person, you really don't notice the liposuction stomach. You really don't. So it's not that big of a deal. But they could have fixed it. But also at the same time, you see how I'm holding her? It's probably for grip purposes. You can just pick up the animal like this, and you have it, and it's easier to hold and stuff. So maybe that's why they also have this little indent. Back to the arms and the trigger roars. Both arms are the same exact posture. Both arms trigger the roar. As you can see, it's daylight, and you can see that LED. I think I have a problem with the roar with this particular model, and then a really cool actual feature with the lights that my other one did not have. I'll get to that later. I'll get to the roar right now. It takes a while for the roar to trigger. It used to be like about right there. You can hear like a little. You can hear like a little metal click when I was pulling the arm down. If yours, when you first get it, if you like keep messing with it and you hear like a whine, because there's a spring, there's two springs. There's a big one and a small one's all within one spring, but they're coiled up in different areas. The small one is the one that pulls the jaw down and triggers the sound effect. So there's a little metal piece there that like triggers off when the roar will go. And I feel like my trigger point's a little bit lower than my other one. My other one I would just like move it open to like there, and all of a sudden it would open or roar, and the sound effect would happen. Now it's just like I have to go pretty wide. It's just a peeve. I mean, I don't play with these toys. I just have them. I mean, I'm playing with them now, but I just have them usually on display. So like, I guess if I'm playing with them, and I don't want to hear the sound effect all the time, having them open to like bash up a figure will be a positive. But it's just like, man, I want to open it up a little bit and hear that roar. So that's a problem, just with this guy. I'm going to be buying a second one and just keeping them in the box, because it might as well get to this point as a con. They fixed the tail bending that these guys have because they're rubber, even though they feel great. They have a tail bend problem. Hasbro fixed that. They have a click end tail with this guy and the chomping, and I assume the stomp and strike, but it's called the mega strike or whatever now. that hasn't been released yet. That's going to be released in August or so, I think. Anyway, they fixed it by having a solid plastic. You see this line here. It's all one piece. You just plug it in, and you cannot take it out. To take out this, you have to unscrew all the screw holes, and there's like a little plug and like this little circle hole, and you have to take out the cone of that circle hole. You cannot take out the actual piece of the circle that plugs into the little indent of the tail, because that's got like a little like butt end thing that like locks on. It's like a little circle, so it goes like this, and you can't pull it out because this is like a stopper. So once you put it in, you cannot take it out anymore. And do not try to loosen it or pull on it. That is going to make your tail even more loose. That's actually the reason why I took back the other one. I tried doing that and I messed it up. And also when I took it apart, the electronics broke. The little box wasn't soldered on, it glued on correctly, and it broke on me. So don't take apart your IREX. No matter how crappy you think the legs are, if you really want to try to super glue the legs and take it apart and go on the track, go ahead. It's probably not going to work because of that center of gravity, like I told you earlier. Back to the arms. When I took apart the arms and the whole figure itself, they're like a square cutout that another square piece goes through this that holds both of these at the same axle point that you see when I move down the jaw, this arm moves too. So that's how it works. So if you wanted to take one of these arms and have it posable instead of upright like this, you'd have to pretty much drill out a circle instead of the square, so the square doesn't catch on and you can move the arm around. The problem with that being, it wouldn't be like this. It'd be like a very loose arm. It might even like drop, so it might not stay where you pose it. Unlike this, it stays wherever I post it. Another thing with these legs, you can feel like a little notch. When I took it apart, you can see like right there and right here is where the notch is. So yeah, people, don't take her apart. It's really not worth it. The notches are bad on Hasbro and a bad center of gravity for her, but I mean, it's really not worth it to glue it. She's just gonna fall over anyway. They really should have had these notches about there or so. Pretty much about like there, so she can be horizontal. And they should have had her more balanced in the tail on the right hand side. Besides that, like I said, I think this is my favorite figure of all time. I'll get to that later. I don't think I remember there's anything else besides, these are very soft and movable. You've seen these before, you've seen the pictures, you've seen people touching it. I just want to get more in depth with it, and as I'm going to do that, as a huge Jurassic Park fan, obviously, I'm going to compare her with all the toys of Jurassic Park and of Lost World and 3 and the Jurassic World line. So here is, I have a bunch of loose figures. Like, I have him loose, but right now I just grabbed what's in my room. Here's a comparison to the original Velociraptor. This is like my first or second toy I ever got, but this is the comparison size. Pretty nice to scale. I might as well get to the Jurassic Park 3 Pack Raptor. Very nice in scale. If you, boom, put her like so, it looks pretty nice in scale. So, very nice looking place that you can have with these two guys. Looks great. Compared to, I have the Ankylosaurus size. Ankylosaurus is a bigger dinosaur than this, but this could be like a juvenile or something. But this is the Ankylosaurus size. Dimorphodon. I think this Dimorphodon might be a little bit, yeah, this Dimorphodon is way too big for this in scale wise. Maybe half the size for the Dimorphodon and like 3/4 size for the Pteranodon. Raptor Blue, which is bigger than the Pack Raptor. She is probably a little bit too big in scale for the bad boy. I also think that kids will have a great time playing with Blue versus Indominus. So let's compare the bad boy versus the vehicle playset. This vehicle playset's pretty nice. It's got a nice action. All these vehicle playsets come with dinosaur, vehicle, human. This is probably the best one, if it's not the mosasaur, which hasn't been released yet. It's really stupid they put this disc thing on here, but having a gyrosphere and a little human is pretty sweet. And if you notice, this human, I think, will be in scale to... I would think that's really, yeah, that human is in scale for this guy. Because if you notice in the trailer, she pretty much eats a guy whole, and she takes him and throws him. So that's actually in scale to this figure. And it's interesting that this Indominus right here could be a juvenile, maybe, like a young adult, or even a baby of the actual bad boy itself. So there's the size comparison of the playset, vehicle playset versus the actual bad boy. Let's compare her to the Red Rex behind her, which has been done before. I've done it and other people have done it, but she literally is nearly the same body size. It's just that big Red Rex's bigger tail. To be honest with you, this figure is my favorite toy of all time until I got this guy. But this guy's got issues too. I'm lucky if I can get him to balance right. It's because these are so thin, and these aren't solid enough or big enough, and these toes don't touch the ground either. So this guy's got problems too, but the skin feels great. So yeah, you can have him attack her attack him, whatever you want to do. Very nice, I'd say, in scale wise to each other. Yeah, these guys will have lots of play compatibility. Bad Boy versus Thrasher. These are like nearly identical. Wow. Nearly identical animals. Yeah, these guys have a lot of play compatibility too. I'll show you the bull. I don't have a loose bull, but lots of play compatibility with her too. So they're all on nice scale, the big guys, with each other. So that's a good thing. So you can have your I-Rexes versus T-Rex battles. I do not have an animatronic Spinosaur, so I can't say those comparisons. Let's talk about the lights, and then I'll get into why I think this is my favorite figure of all time. So you can see this is the daylight. I already discussed this a little bit, but you can clearly see her. You can clearly see her lights in the day. It's not too sunny, but it's sunny out. I want to show what she looks like in the dark. We're gonna pull down her arm and let her roar, and you can see the lights and actually why my model might be special, but might not be. I do not remember my original I-Rex being this awesome, but I'm gonna show you what's so special about this girl. Ready? Her lights are so strong that her whole body is lit up, not just the top area. I think that is awesome. I'm gonna see if I can show you a little more light now. In person, here to all the way here and here is all lighting up. You can see on video that this portion right here is, but in person, her whole body is lighting up. I do not remember my original I-Rex I got lighting up that much. It looks so awesome in person. Man, I might take that trade off because she looks awesome when that's lighting up like that. I really like the roar more than the lighting up effect, but man, it really does look cool compared to my other one. I don't know if I have a special one. Leave a comment below if you have one that's like mine, that lights up not just this top portion, which is supposed to, but like her actual body, herself here. And let me know also in the comments, do you have a guy like this? Where does it trigger? Like what jaw point? Because you see, hers is like about right there. My other one used to be like about right there. I've also seen on YouTube that people's I-Rexes, they are about like right there that they trigger, which is like almost mine, or like about like right there. I would say about right there is a good trigger point. I don't know. but you open it up and it works. I guess that was what counts. And I get a really cool belly lighting up that I didn't get with my other one. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check it in my old videos, but yeah, this is the lighting up really cool tidbit of my IREX. Alright, so you've seen the lights in the dark and how the trade-off of my guy, his jaw like not saying triggering the electronics about like right there like I like it, but instead like which is almost all the way down, which kind of stinks, but really cool light off in the dark, and even in person I can see it looks really nice. I'm gonna go overall and give this guy probably like an 8 out of 10. You know, it's got the balancing issues. That's probably the biggest issue I have. I mean, I'm not gonna take off points because mine has a weird jaw trigger for the electronics. The biggest thing really is this thing is the balancing sucks and the screw holes. So -1 for each of those. I really don't mind it if it's beautiful or ugly. I think it looks nice. I don't really mind the liposuction stomach. It's got a nice grip. Give it an 8 out of 10. The box is nice too. Sick looking toy. I'm definitely gonna pick up at least one more and keep it in box. So now let's do the very end and why I think this is my favorite toy of all time. When I was a child, I wanted this toy so bad. I asked Santa for it. Every time I went in the store, I looked for it. I was, what, 4 years old when Jurassic Park came out. So, you know, you love toys, you love dinosaurs when you're a kid, at least when you're a dude. They either would never have this in stock, or when they did, my mom would always not buy it. I think this guy was, I want to say $50, but I think actually I saw the price tag for this. It's actually like 20. Where are you, price tag? Wow, that's embarrassing. It's actually $14.99. And this is from the UK though, so I don't know what the currency differences would be. I'm assuming it'd probably be $15 or $20 here. $20 in 1993 or 4? That's not much money. I got everything else. I got the Triceratops, I got the young T-Rex, and those are like my two favorites. Those are the biggest ones I had. Never got the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I had to buy this myself on eBay in 2003. I was, what, 14? I had to wait till I was 14. I bid on this guy and I bid on this guy. I ended up winning both of them. This is when eBay didn't have automatic bidding and you just bid your amount and hopefully at the end you won. It's kind of a crapshoot. Mom let me buy both of them. She gave me the money for both of them. They're relatively cheap. These guys right now go for a lot of money. I think I got this guy for like, I want to say 15, 20 bucks, and this guy was like, I want to say 40. No more than 40, 45. And now this guy goes for like, hell, 150 to 300. Even though he's not brand new in box, I just have him in the box with his ties and stuff. And this guy goes for about 60 to 80 at least. Probably 80. But yeah, and I'm like, man, this is just a dream. I've had this for a while and it took me 10 years to get it. That's crazy. This is why this figure is my favorite toy of all time. We have waited 14 years for these toys to come out, for a new film to come out. I've already stated this in my Park is Open toy hunting documentary. So we have waited 14 years for these guys to see him on a shelf. And it is so special. Not just that, but on a whole nother level, that I never got to have the biggest, baddest toy that this line produced, which is him. And this is pretty much the biggest, baddest toy that this line has produced. And going into a store and buying him, taking him home, unboxing him, and now he's mine, without waiting more and knowing he's out like I did with him. I got him early. It is like April. These are street dated for like anywhere from the 1st to the 4th to the 11th to the 14th of May. I got him early. I got lucky. It is incredibly special. And I think, and realistically, if I'm having, maybe because he's new and I'm in the honeymoon stage, if I see both of these chilling on my table, I'm taking him. Not really taking him. He's got issues. He's gonna fall over, and I know if I accidentally grab him too hard, I'm gonna break him. He's already broken with his ribs, but this is hard plastic. I'm just gonna, you can do this and not want to have any worries of messing up anything. Him, it's just like, you gotta be fragile. You gotta be really fragile. But it's just so special. And I think he or she is actually my favorite toy of all time. I really think so. I'm going to be grabbing a second one, just like I have 2 of him. And I'll give it some more time, but within 2 days, I cannot let this out of my sight. It is just so special. I hope you guys, if you don't get them early, you'll get them in your store. You're going to look at them all on the shelves and get them for yourself at Toys R Us or Target or Walmart or wherever you shop if you're not in America. I don't know what stores they have in outside the United States, but there's just something so special about this guy. I don't know what else to say. It's you waited so long. I have to thank Colin Trevorrow, Derek Connolly, Frank Marshall, Steven Spielberg. Thank you for coming out with a new movie, and we can relive our childhood with these toys. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my other videos. The park is open. I'm toy hunting for these guys, and my Indominus toy hunt video for him. And also I did a global trailer analysis. You don't have to watch that one, but watch the toy ones if you're interested with the toys. It's a lot of fun. You guys have a good one. Good luck to you all. Park opens June 12th.